So if you've been following my channel, you would have seen by now that I've made some videos about improving your credit, potentially becoming self-employed, and those are both great things to do, and I think they're important for getting to a point where you have financial freedom. But today I'm going to be talking about a topic that I think is the baseline first thing to start with when you're trying to improve yourself and make your life better in any way. And this really comes down to putting in effort. I know it's not the fun thing to say, it's not the thing that gets everyone excited, but that's really what it comes down to. It's the effort that you put in your life is going to be directly proportional to what you get out of life. The more effort you put in, the more your life is going to get better. For me, funnily enough, one of the turning points in my life that made it better was getting a job at McDonald's. I had just failed, well, I didn't fail, but I dropped out of the semester at college because I was having problems with bipolar disorder, and I was struggling in that way, feeling a lot of depression, and I wasn't doing anything in my classes, and I just got behind. I got in a bad place, and it was horrible. So I came home, left school, and my parents said, well, you need to do something, so find a job, to at least keep yourself busy in this, transition phase. So I did that, and I found a job at McDonald's. And for me, I always, I never saw McDonald's as a place that I would end up. And even now, a lot of people might think, well, how is that a positive thing? The positive thing about McDonald's was, when I got a job there, I actually, I had something kind of forcing me to get shit done. Even if it was standing at a drive-through window and taking money and giving change back. That was me doing something. That was me putting in a little bit of effort. It wasn't anything ingenious, anything intelligent. It was just putting in some effort. Doing those hours, working a little bit of overtime, that developed me in a way. And in a couple months, I realized that I hated the job. Working overtime, third shift McDonald's isn't a dream that I am going to pitch to you. But for me, working at McDonald's was a great transition because I went from being depressed in school and feeling like I was underachieving, and funnily enough, going to a place where so many people think of McDonald's as underachieving if you're working there. Just getting a job there and actually doing something every day, putting that effort in, even if I didn't want to, that led to where I could improve. It was, you have to get to a point where you're used to having a certain level of activity in each day. If you're staying in bed all the time, if you're, coming home from work, school, whatever, and you're just laying down, the activity in your day, the amount of daily activity that you can handle, that is so important, and if you can get more of that, if you can handle more of that, it will be completely transformative to your life. For me, I basically went from school, depressed, wasn't doing anything, to working at McDonald's, realized, the schedule was bad and the job didn't challenge me, I didn't like it, to I started working in I worked in retail for a week, hated that, got out of it, and then I tried restaurants, and I actually started to like restaurants because there is a challenge to that. And I just got into a place where I had more daily activity, and then that led to where instead of just working in a restaurant, another employer saw me as a good fit for their company just because they saw me in the restaurant. So I got a job at their business because they thought that I might be helpful. And it was like then I was working two jobs, and I went from working at McDonald's, 2-3 years before, feeling pretty low as far as how much I could achieve, to then I was working two jobs, and then on top of that I started going to school too. I went back to school. and I started doing well, getting A's in my classes. I wasn't taking a full course load, but still going to school, and having 2 jobs. And then on top of that, now recently, I've started my own business. And it's just realizing, I want you guys to realize that the daily activity that you put into your life, the level of that is just so important, and you can't get away from effort. It's a fact of life. If you want your life to be better, you have to put in more effort. You just have to. It's not sexy, it's not cool, but it's what is necessary. And so much of life, especially in being an adult, is getting to a place where you can do more in your day, and that will allow you to transform your life. You have to get more things done, or you're never going to move forward. And that's another important principle, is what things are you doing differently today versus yesterday? Because if you do the same things every day, you're just going to be a slightly better version of who you were that day 10 years from now. So try to implement some new things into your life. Try to have up your activity levels, and that is going to make your life completely different. New doors are going to open up. Opportunities that were never there for you or anyone else will open up, and I can attest to that. And it will start a path of upward trend to where you're just going to keep getting better and better. And that's how I feel right now. That's what I'm doing. I'm an appreciating asset right now, and realize that you are as well. We can get better, we can improve, and we can realize our potential. So thank you for watching today's video. If you were interested in it, please subscribe. I'll be uploading more content like this regularly, and I'd love to have you guys join me.